Hello everyone, welcome back to today's channel. I have not posted a video in a while. I've been doing some traveling for business, and then I've got some family stuff. I have someone in my family that I was visiting that are having some health issues, and so I took some time off for that. It just hasn't been posting videos hasn't been the highest priority in the past little while. However, quick market recap on what's going on, and I want to share with you on this video exactly what I think are some of the best moves, at least for myself, in this current market environment. As you can see, there's nothing really exciting going on in the market. Today's a small down day in the market overall. I'm loving it though. I mean, this is what I like to see in the market. There's really been some consolidation in Bitcoin price. We'll take a look at this. It's been as high as on Coinbase. I think it shows 19,200. This is going to take forever to load. Anytime I record my screen, it takes forever to load. But we're down to, we hit a low of around 9,000, just over $9,000. So that's about a 60% loss in the market, which I have been talking about in some time that was very possible. We're only at about a $560 billion market cap, billion dollar market cap. And right now, I think this $11,000 price I think is pretty good. It's actually gone down since I refreshed the screen a minute ago. I think it's pretty good. Where is it? Just showed it at 4. There we go, 4%. I think this is some pretty good price stability still, because there's a lot of doubt in the market. Mainstream crypto headlines, Deutsche Bank saying there's required governance for crypto by 2023, and depending on how you look at it, that's either good or bad. But there's all these people that are questioning it. Has a blockchain revolution failed to take off on after 10 years? No. If anything, it's improved. We need microsurgery on this new economy. There's just all this kind of doubt in the marketplace. It's kind of crazy, We got scams, ICO, biggest target, hackers, NEM. Since I've, over $500 million in NEM got hacked off of a Japanese cryptocurrency exchange. So it is, when I say it's a wild, wild world out there, it is a wild, wild world. I saw this article. This article was very fascinating. Before I get to this article, because of all of the negative news headlines that are out right now, there's none of the raging, oh, we're excited, the market's going crazy. None of that's going on right now. Everything is talking about, no, maybe Bitcoin's not good, maybe cryptocurrency's not good, maybe there's this problem, there's that problem. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, those problems have existed the entire time. In spite of all that negativity, the price is still holding at $11,000. That's good, because I've said before I thought it could hit 5,000. And if there's negative government news come out, no telling how low it could go. But the fact that it's holding at 10,000 with no sort of negative government news, negative regulation, that's awesome. Now, coming to this headline, this is why I think it's so important, at least for me personally, to be in this space right now. Can Bitcoin claw its way back to being a payment system? Holy smokes. So this article starts out talking about some of the doubts and the problems with Bitcoin. And the main problem with Bitcoin is it's not good for small transactions. If you go to process a transaction, it's going to cost you at least, let's say I process a couple $100 a day. Actually, I played around between like $300 and $100 just looking at the transaction changes, and it went from like I think $9 to $4 or $5. I've seen it as high as $20, $30, $60 for a transaction. $9 and $5 doesn't sound like much, especially when you consider it's hundreds of dollars. I mean, if you had sent like a $10,000 transaction, it probably would have only been like 10 or 12 bucks. Like, it would not have been much at all for the fee to be able to send that amount of money. However, when it comes to like buying a pizza or a cup of coffee, is what it's talking about here, no, the minimum fee is like a couple bucks. No one's going to pay a couple of bucks when the coffee itself is only $2. No one's going to pay that fee. But what's exciting is this technology right here, and this is why you need to be watching this video today. The Lightning Network. That's what's coming up next. That's kind of next on the horizon. Hopefully it comes out this year or next year. I think they're calling for it this year. But the Lightning Network is basically, it's, without getting into the complicated aspects of it, is this the technology that will allow Bitcoin to be able to process basically microtransactions, to be able to do it very fast and to do it very cheaply. That could be a game changer, and that technology, and it's slated to come out, like I said, this year or next year. That technology comes out, game over. Not only is it a store of wealth, but now you can, it can allow micropayments and things like that. That's going to be amazing, and that we may see a massive, massive, massive price surge when that happens again. So, in other news, this is fascinating as well. Nvidia come out basically and said, if you don't know this, Genesis mining, HashFlare, anyone mining at home on a rig, in order to mine Bitcoin, you have to have these softwares. Well, I guess that's ASIC mining, but you have to use GPU mining. I'm trying to figure out if people still mine with GPUs for Bitcoin. I think there is a way you can do that. I just don't think it's very profitable. But anyway, Nvidia is coming out and saying, hey, we don't want our basically our gamers are what we're focusing on, not cryptocurrencies. So they don't want the market, and it's not. This isn't bad news for them. I mean, this isn't. I don't think this is them necessarily being negative on the crypto space. You have to understand the biggest buyers of Nvidia cards are like the cloud mining farms and stuff like that. In fact, I read an article, I think it was last year, that Genesis actually chartered like a big Boeing jet, like a 747 or something, just to bring back Nvidia cards for their, or maybe it's AMD cards, anyway, graphics cards for their cloud mining. So, that's crazy, their cloud mining operation. So, this isn't necessarily negative news, but it's fascinating news, and it can show you why it's so expensive and so challenging to be able to mine, because these cards are hard to get a hold of. Nvidia can't produce them fast enough, and they're discouraging people. I don't think they're going to stop people. Amazon and places like that. I mean, they're not. Listen, if you own a store and you were selling M&Ms, and the M&M company said, "Hey, we don't want you to sell to this population of people," well, you're not going to do that. Anyone who shows up with money to buy the M&Ms, you're going to sell them. So it's a simple analogy. It's going to work the same way here in most cases. But it's good for gamers. I get it, and it stinks for gamers, and I understand that as well, because it jacks up the prices. The price of these cards go way up when these young kids and adults are wanting to game. But it's a supply and demand market. I think it's good technology wise. I think it pushes technology overall. I don't mind. Nvidia gets to do what they want to do. They get to say what they want to say. It's their company, their business. It just shows you the current state that we're in the market. And check that out. That's like a mining farm probably. So here, well, not probably, it is. So here's the thing. For me personally, this is time to buy. Like, the market has really kind of consolidated. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring this up. If you look at this, you can kind of see it would be a graph that went up and come down. It's kind of in a little bit of a consolidation range, meaning that the price action is kind of tightened a little bit. I think this is great. Anytime this happens, there's a big move coming, either up or down. Long term, I believe, I'm very optimistic on the future of Bitcoin. I actually purchased some more Bitcoin today, and I'm just holding it. I do got some investments I'm testing out and I'm looking at, but the main thing that I'm doing, they're pretty safe investments, at least I think they are. The main thing that I'm doing, though, is I'm just holding the money. I'm holding the currency, the cryptocurrency, in my wallet right now. I'm just waiting for Genesis mining contracts to become available. I'm hoping they come available soon. My mining contracts that I bought, I've got, I think, 16, 17 mining terahash that's ready to start. That should start, or that will start at the end of February. So I'm thinking any time now we maybe see Genesis mining pre-sale come up. By the way, come over here and join me on Twitter. While we're here, let's go check out Genesis mining. Come follow me on Twitter. Heck, I'll probably follow you back. Let's go check out and see what is going on with. One of the great things about Twitter is some of these companies, especially Genesis Mining, they put up a lot of stuff. Thank you for your support. We've hit 50,000 followers. Beautiful. Let's just talk about Ethereum. It's another cryptocurrency. I'm holding a little bit of Ethereum too, by the way. Okay, let's see. Look at their replies. I don't see anything. Okay, I was just looking to see if they had said anything about, they just happened to say anything about when Genesis mining, Bitcoin mining contracts may be back. All right. Thank you very much for watching today. This is where I'm currently at. This is the state of the market that we're currently in today. Remember, it's a wild, wild world out there. Right now, I'm personally just going to be holding some Bitcoin for a little while just to kind of see what develops and what goes where next, basically, for now. But I'm optimistic about this space. It's exciting. Study the technology, learn about it. It's amazing. I'm telling you, I still believe the world's first trillionaires will be created in the cryptocurrency space. That's my prediction. I called it here. I'm also going to go bold. I think we might see. I know I've said it could go down or up, but I'm in this space, so obviously I'm biased. I'm calling for $50,000 Bitcoin still by December, and I'm going to call it by December 1st. $50,000 Bitcoin by December 1st. I'm calling it right now, right here. I could be wrong. Let's see. Subscribe. Hit the bell icon for the notifications. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Have a great day and God bless.